I still remember the night Evan held my hands and whispered, "I'll come back for you. I just need to fix my life first." I remember how my voice shook when I asked, "You promise you won't leave me behind?" He smiled, touched my cheek, and said, "Never. You're the only person who believes in me." And I believed him. I believed every soft word, every warm look, every promise he made under that dim streetlight. A week later, Mara burst into my room with her phone in her hand. "Iris, you need to see this." I asked, "What now?" Did his plan finally work out? She didn't answer. She just handed me the screen. I stared at the picture. Evan in a suit, Lena Moore holding his arm, both smiling like their world had always been perfect. The caption said, "Newly married. Congratulations." My breath caught. Married? He married her? Mara whispered, "I'm sorry. I didn't know how to tell you." I felt my chest tighten, as if something inside me cracked. My hands trembled, and I said, "He promised me. He said he'd come back." Mara sat beside me and begged, "Please talk to me. Cry, scream, something." But I couldn't. I felt nothing and everything at once. The silence in my room grew heavy. My heartbeat was the only sound. I said, "Why would he do this? Why didn't he tell me?" Was I that easy to forget? Mara wrapped her arms around me, whispering, "You didn't deserve this." I lay down, staring at the ceiling. My voice came out small, almost broken. Why wasn't I enough? Mara said my name softly, but her voice faded as my eyes closed. I let the darkness swallow me, hoping sleep would hurt less than staying awake. But as sleep pulled at me, my mind replayed his smile. I whispered, "Did he ever mean it? Or was I just a step he needed?" My throat burned. "I wish he had told me the truth," I said. The room felt as I sank, my heart begging for a reason that didn't exist. I woke up shaking, my skin burning. "Mara, I don't feel right," I whispered, trying to sit up. She touched my forehead. "Iris, you're burning. Get up. You're going to the hospital." "I don't want to," I muttered, gripping the blanket. "It's just heartbreak." "Heartbreak doesn't cause this much fever," she shot back, pulling me up. "Move before you pass out." I leaned on her the whole way. My legs felt heavy, like they didn't want to carry the weight of my pain. When we reached the hospital, a calm voice said, "Let me help." A man stepped closer. "I'm Dr. Samuel Reed. What's going on?" "I'm fine," I whispered. Mara snapped, "She's not fine. She hasn't eaten since the news." Samuel looked at me. "Is that true?" I sighed. "I don't know how to breathe without hurting." He guided me to a chair. "Look at me," he said gently. "Stress can destroy your body faster than sickness. You're carrying too much." His kindness felt unfamiliar. "Why are you being so gentle?" I asked quietly. "Because you look like you've been fighting alone for too long," he replied. My voice cracked. He promised he'd come back. And then he married someone else. I feel abandoned and useless. Samuel crouched beside me. "Pain doesn't mean you're weak. It only means you cared." I covered my face as tears slipped out. "I don't even recognize myself anymore." "You don't have to," he said. "You're not done growing." A nurse called him, and he stepped away. I leaned back, trying to steady my breathing. When I looked toward the door, I froze. Noah Carter stood there, shifting uncomfortably. His eyes met mine for a second before he looked away. I whispered, "What is he doing here?" Mara followed my gaze. "Do you want me to ask him?" "No," I said quickly. "If he came to check on me, that means something isn't right." Noah hesitated, then turned and walked down the hall, almost as if he didn't want to be seen with me. A cold thought hit me. "Mara, Evan didn't marry her out of love." She frowned. "What makes you say that?" "Because Noah looked guilty," I whispered. "And guilt means there's more to the story." When Noah texted, "I need to tell you something," my stomach twisted. I met him behind the hospital, the quiet corner where no one would listen. He avoided my eyes. "Iris, I shouldn't be here." "Then why come?" I asked, crossing my arms to hold myself together. "Say what you need to say." He exhaled shakily. Evan didn't marry Lena because he fell in love. I felt my pulse jump. Then why? Her father made an offer, he said. A business deal. A company stake. Support. Everything Evan thought he needed to get ahead. My voice cracked before I could stop it. So, he traded me for money? Noah winced. I told him not to do it. I stepped closer. Answer me honestly. Was this planned? Did he know he would leave me? Noah swallowed hard. Yes. Hearing that word felt like someone drove a blade into my ribs. So, it wasn't confusion. It wasn't fear. He chose her. Iris, he started, but I cut him off with a trembling hand. Did he ever love me? I whispered. He froze. His silence spread between us like poison. Look at me, I said. Did he? Noah lowered his head. That was my answer. I laughed, but it sounded broken. Wow. I thought the worst thing would be losing him. Turns out the worst thing is knowing he threw me away. No, Noah said softly. He regrets it. I don't care about his regret, I replied. I cared when he still had me. Noah flinched. I'm sorry. Don't be, I said. You didn't betray me. He hesitated. If he reaches out, don't let him spin the story. He'll say he did it for you. I shook my head. People don't betray you for your sake. They betray you for their gain. His shoulders slumped. You deserve better. I know, I said, surprising myself with how steady my voice sounded. I walked past him, leaving the hospital grounds. The air felt colder, but my mind felt sharper, like a fog had finally lifted. As I walked home, I whispered to myself, I won't beg. I won't chase him. I won't ask why. My anger rose slowly, warming me from the inside. He made his choice, I murmured. Now I'll make mine. I reached my door and paused, breathing deeply. I sat at my desk the next morning, staring at my empty notebook. I don't even know where to start, I muttered. Ms. Evelyn Gray tapped the page lightly. Start anywhere. Healing isn't neat. I feel like I'm rebuilding myself from dust, I admitted. She smiled gently. Sometimes silence is the strongest voice. Let it work for you, I whispered. Silence feels safer than speaking. Then use it, she said. Let people wonder how you stood up again. Those words stayed with me. After she left, I picked up my pen and wrote a single line. I'm still here. Later, when I walked into the kitchen, Mara raised a brow. You're writing again? A little, I said. I want to try. That's good, she replied. You need something that belongs only to you. I nodded and forced myself to eat something. My appetite was weak, but I tried. One small step, I told myself. In the afternoon, Samuel called. How are you holding up today? I'm trying, I said. Some hours feel heavier than others. That's normal, he replied. Just don't carry them alone. I hesitated. Why do you keep checking on me? Because you deserve someone who doesn't disappear, he said simply. His words warmed me more than I expected. Thank you, Samuel. Anytime, he replied before hanging up. I took a slow walk outside afterward. The wind felt different, gentler, almost supportive. For the first time in days, my chest didn't feel like it was collapsing. When I returned home, Mara held her phone out. Don't look, but Lena posted another picture. What is it this time? I asked. A honeymoon shot. Very showy. She paused. Do you want to see? No, I said firmly. She can post whatever she wants. You really don't care? I care about my peace more, I said. Later that night, my phone buzzed. I froze when I saw the name. Evan. The message read, I hope you're okay. Mara peeked over my shoulder. Are you going to reply? No, I said, placing the phone face down. He doesn't get my words anymore. I lay back on my bed, breathing slowly. The silence around me didn't feel empty. It felt powerful. I'm getting stronger, I whispered to myself. Maybe not fast, but enough. For the first time since everything fell apart, I believed it. 2 days later, Noah called and said, Iris, Things are getting bad for him. I sat at my desk the next morning, bad how, staring at my empty notebook. Lena, I don't even know where to start. Fighting every day. I muttered. Money
Ms.
issues,
Evelyn Gray
family
tapped the
pressure,
page lightly.
everything. Start
I
anywhere.
sat down and whispered.
Healing
Is
that
it
has
neat?
nothing to do with me.
I feel like I'm
Noah
rebuilding
replied,
myself from dust.
I know,
I admit it.
but he isn't
She
himself.
smiled gently.
He looks so lost.
Sometimes silence
I
is the
felt
strongest
a strange
voice.
calm. Let it work
He made
for
his
you.
choices.
I whispered.
I said.
Silence
Now he
feels
can live
safer
with them.
than speaking. Noah hesitated.
Then use it, she said.
He keeps asking
Let
about
people
you.
wonder how
I
you stood up
breathed out
again.
slowly.
Those
Let him
words
ask.
stayed with me.
I'm not giving him
After
answers
she left,
anymore.
I picked
Later
up my
that
pen
night
and
my
wrote a
phone
single
buzzed
line.
again.
I'm
I
still
flipped it
here.
over and stared
Later,
at Evan's
when I
new
walked
message.
into the kitchen,
Can we talk?
Mara raised a brow.
I let out a
You're
short
writing
laugh.
again?
Talk
A
about
little.
what?
I said.
I murmured. I want to
Mara
try.
walked in and asked.
That's good, she
He
replied.
texted again?
You need
I
something
nodded.
that belongs
He wants
only
a
to you.
conversation.
I
She
nodded
frowned.
and forced myself
Are
to
you
eat
tempted?
something.
I
My
shook my
appetite
head.
was weak, but
No.
I tried. He lost the
One
right to hear
small
my
step.
voice.
I told myself.
Mara sat beside
in
me.
the afternoon,
Then
Samuel
Samuel
called.
I
How
whispered.
are you holding up today?
Not yet.
I'm trying.
My silence
I
hurts
said.
more than
Some
anything
hours
I could
feel
say.
heavier than others.
She nodded slowly.
That's normal, he
then
replied.
stay silent.
Just don't carry them
I
alone.
whispered. I
I will.
hesitated.
Why
I
do you keep
focused on my
checking on me?
routine
The
because
next
you
morning,
deserve someone
when
who
Samuel
doesn't
arrived
disappear,
at the community
he said
center,
simply.
he smiled
His words
and said,
warmed me more
"You
than
ready
I
to work
expected.
today?"
Thank you,
I replied.
Samuel.
Anytime.
More ready than yesterday.
He replied before hanging
He handed
up.
me a stack of
I
supplies.
took a slow walk outside
Then
afterward.
let's start.
The wind
While we
felt
sorted
different,
materials,
gentler,
he glanced at me,
almost supportive.
You look lighter.
For the first time in days,
I shrugged.
My chest
Maybe
didn't feel
silence
like it was
really does
collapsing.
fix something inside
When I
you.
returned home,
He nodded.
Mara held
or
her phone out.
maybe you're choosing
Don't
yourself
look
now.
But Lena posted
I
another
felt
picture.
warmth in his words.
What is it this time?
Maybe I am.
I asked. He said,
A honeymoon shot.
Good. Let
Very
the man
showy.
who hurt you deal
She
with his own
paused.
storms.
Do you want to see?
I breathed
No,
deeply.
I said firmly.
I'm done carrying
She
his
can
chaos.
post whatever she wants.
Samuel smiled
You
gently.
really don't care?
That's strength,
I
not
care about my
anger.
peace more.
I whispered.
said.
It
Later
feels
that
like
night,
freedom.
my phone buzzed.
I walked home
I
after
froze
the
when I
project
saw the
ended,
name.
feeling
Evan,
a strange
the
calm
message read,
settle inside
I
me.
hope you're okay.
Mara opened the door
peeked
and
over
asked,
my shoulder.
"Long day.
Are you going to reply?"
I nodded.
No.
A good one,
I said.
She
Studying
studied
the
me
phone
closely.
face down.
You
He
look
doesn't get my
different,
words
I
anymore.
said. I lay
I
back
think
on
I'm
my
letting
bed,
go.
breathing
She
slowly.
smiled softly.
The silence around
About
me
time.
didn't feel empty.
I sat on the
It felt
couch and
powerful.
whispered.
His
I'm getting
life is
stronger.
cracking.
I
but
whispered
mine
to
is
myself.
finally growing.
Maybe not fast,
Mara
but
asked,
enough.
Does
For the
any
first
part of you
time
feel
since
happy about
everything
it?
fell apart, I
believed
shook my
it.
head.
No. I just feel done. She nodded. Then keep moving forward. I whispered. I plan to. And this time, I won't look back ever again. I was sorting supplies at the community center when someone said my name softly. Iris, can we talk? I froze. That voice, I hadn't heard it since the day he walked away. I turned slowly, and there he was. Evan. He looked nothing like the man who left me. His eyes were tired, his shoulders slumped, and his expression carried a weight I didn't understand. What are you doing here? I asked, my voice tighter than I expected. I needed to see you, he said. You ignored my messages. I crossed my arms. You married someone else. What exactly did you expect from me? He winced. I know. I know what it looks like. It looks like betrayal. I cut in. It looks like you made your choice. He stepped closer. Please, just listen. I didn't plan for it to happen this way. Yes, you did, I said quietly. Noah told me everything.
His jaw tightened.
He shouldn't have. He told the truth, I snapped. For once, someone did. Evan looked down at the floor. I made a mistake. I let out a small laugh, sharp and empty. You didn't make a mistake. You made a deal. He shook his head. I thought it would help my future. I thought it would make things easier. For you, I said. Not for us. He reached out slightly, as if he wanted to touch my arm, but I stepped back. Don't, I whispered. Iris, I've regretted it every day, he said. I thought he would yell at me or cry or say something. Your silence that's killing me. Good, I said. Now you know what you left me with. His mouth opened, but no words came out. I continued. You want to know why I ignored you? Because I felt nothing when I saw your name. The love I had died the day you chose wealth over me. His face crumpled. I'm sorry. I thought I was doing the right thing. You weren't, I said softly. But that's your problem now. He whispered. Can't we fix this? No, I replied.
Some things break too deeply. I walked past him, my step steady, my heart strangely calm. Behind me, he called my name again, but I didn't turn around. In my mind, a single thought echoed. Let him drown in the silence he left me in. And I kept walking without looking back. You're quiet today, Samuel said as we walked toward the community hall. Did something happen? I shook my head lightly.
No.
I'm just thinking. Thinking is allowed, he said with a small laugh. But don't sink into thoughts alone.
Talk to me.
I'm getting better at that, I replied. Talking, I mean. You are. His smile felt warm. And I'm glad. You don't have to carry everything on your own. His voice felt steady, like something I hadn't known I needed. We set down the boxes for the project, and he glanced at me again. Tell me what's on your mind. I took a breath. I'm learning to breathe again. To exist without waiting for someone to break me. Samuel nodded slowly. Pain doesn't disappear in a day. But you're healing. I can see it. You think so? Yes, he said. You smile more now. I blinked. I didn't even realize. Mara's voice came from behind us. Oh, please. You're glowing. I've been waiting for this version of you. I laughed softly. Is it that obvious? Yes, she said. And I'm not complaining. Later, while we sorted supplies, Ms. Gray approached with her gentle smile. You've grown, she said. I'm proud of you. Her words warmed my chest. Thank you. I'm trying. And succeeding, she said before walking off. Samuel looked over.
See?
Others notice it too. I guess I'm starting to believe I deserve peace. You do, he said firmly. And love that doesn't hurt. The words settled quietly inside me. I didn't respond for a moment. Then my phone buzzed. I didn't need to look. Evan again. Samuel noticed my hesitation. You don't have to open it. I won't, I said. Not anymore. What does he want this time? Mara asked when she saw my expression. Regret, I said simply. But I'm done answering old ghosts. Samuel nodded. That's a choice. A strong one. It feels freeing, I admitted. Like I'm stepping into a life that's mine, not tied to someone else's choices. And what life is that? He asked quietly. One where I choose myself, I said. Where I stop bleeding for people who never learned how to hold me. Samuel smiled. Good. Keep choosing that. I will, I whispered, feeling the truth settle inside me. For the first time, I think I finally can. And as we walked home, the air felt lighter around me today. I was closing the office when I heard footsteps behind me. I turned, and there he was, Evan. His shoulders were slumped, his eyes dull, his clothes wrinkled like he hadn't slept. Can we talk? He asked, voice low. I nodded once. Say what you came to say. He swallowed hard. I'm sorry. For everything. For choosing the wrong path. For hurting you. For letting you wait while I walked away. I leaned against the railing, letting the cold evening air steady me. Why come now? Because I finally see what I did, he whispered. I ruined the only real thing I ever had. I thought success would fix me. It didn't. It just made me emptier. I stayed silent, letting him continue. When you stopped responding, it felt like the world went quiet. I kept checking my phone, hoping. Evan, I interrupted gently. I listened to your silence for a long time. Now you're listening to mine. He blinked fast, fighting tears. Do you hate me? No, I said. I don't. I loved you. I waited for you. But the girl who did that, she's gone. His breath hitched. Can we try again? I'll do anything. I'll fix everything. I need you. I shook my head slowly. I forgave you. Truly. But forgiveness isn't the same as returning to a place that broke me. I can't go back. He stared at the ground. I thought if I apologized, maybe. Your apology matters, I said. It brings closure. But it doesn't change the past, and it doesn't change who I've become. So this is it, he whispered.
Yes.
This is it. He covered his face with both hands, shoulders trembling. His breath came in sharp, broken pulls. I destroyed everything, including you. You didn't destroy me, Evan. You just forced me to rebuild. He looked up, eyes red. And now I walk away, not with anger, but with peace. I stepped past him. He didn't stop me. As I walked down the quiet street, my chest felt light, unexpectedly light. I didn't crave revenge. I didn't want him to suffer. He suffered on his own. My silence wasn't meant to hurt him, yet it did, because he finally heard the emptiness he left inside me. And now, at last, I was free. You said, Remem. Did you see the news? Mara rushed toward me the moment I stepped inside the hall.
No.
What happened now? I asked, setting my bag down. It's Evan and Lena. Their whole mess is everywhere. My stomach tightened, not with fear, just surprise. Everywhere. Yes, she said. Lena's family got exposed for corrupt business deals. Evan's company dropped him. People are dragging him online. It's bad. I exhaled slowly. I didn't expect it to fall apart this fast. Before she could answer, my phone rang.
Noah.
I stepped outside and answered. Noah? What's going on? It's a disaster, he said immediately. Evan's losing everything, his job, his reputation, even some friends. He hasn't slept. He keeps saying he should have listened to you. I leaned against the wall. I don't know what he wants from me now. He's spiraling, Noah said. I thought you should know. I appreciate you telling me, I said softly. Do you feel anything about it? I paused. Sympathy, maybe, but nothing more. He keeps asking why you won't talk to him, Noah added. I told him you've moved on, but he doesn't get it. He chose his path, I said. And I chose mine. Noah sighed. I just hope he learns something from this. Maybe he will. Maybe this is the only way he ever would. When I hung up and returned inside, Samuel noticed my expression. You okay?
Yeah.
Just processing. Want to talk about it? Evan's world is collapsing, I said. And everyone knows it. Samuel nodded slowly. How do you feel hearing that? Not happy, I said. Just distant. Like it's happening in a completely different universe. That distance is growth, he said gently. Mara joined us again. More articles are coming out.
Lena's family is finished.
People are saying Evan was involved too. He wasn't, I murmured, but he tied himself to them. That was enough. Are you going to message him? She asked. I shook my head.
No.
I said what I needed by saying nothing. Samuel met my eyes. Silence can be powerful. It became my final wall, I whispered. And now he finally sees what he destroyed. Mara touched my arm. You don't owe him anything. I know, I said. And for the first time, knowing is enough. The morning sun felt softer now, warmer somehow. Samuel and I were arranging supplies for the new community project when he paused. You've changed, Iris. I smiled faintly. I think I finally stopped waiting for life to hand me answers. He nodded. And it suits you. It feels lighter, I admitted. Like I'm breathing for the first time in months. He glanced at me, hesitating. Can I ask, does it still hurt? I shook my head slowly. Not like before. The ache is gone. It's replaced by peace. And hope. He smiled softly. I'm glad you found it. We continued working, moving quietly side by side. Sometimes we laughed at small mistakes, paint spills or misplaced brushes. I realized I didn't need grand gestures or dramatic moments to feel alive. Healing could be gentle, and it could be enough. At lunch, Mara peeked in. You're smiling more than ever. What's your secret? I chuckled lightly. I'm learning to live my own life. Not someone else's expectations. Not someone who left me. Just mine. She grinned. Finally. Took you long enough. Later, as I walked home, I felt the silence differently. Not heavy, not empty, but full of possibilities. My phone stayed silent. Evan hadn't reached out in months. And I didn't care. He had disappeared from my life, leaving only lessons, not wounds. Samuel joined me on the porch. Iris, do you want to tell me what comes next? I looked at him, feeling the warmth of someone who respected me, not pitted me. I take it one day at a time. I build, I live, I smile, and I let life surprise me. He nodded, understanding more than words could say. That sounds perfect. I turned my gaze to the horizon, the sun spilling gold across the city. My chest felt full, unburdened. I am whole again. And in that quiet moment, I spoke to myself, almost like I was speaking to the reader. Losing him didn't break me. It reborn me. I inhaled deeply, letting the air fill me with determination. My future belongs to me. My voice is mine. My heart is mine. No one can take that away. Not Evan, not anyone else. I smiled, softly but firmly. And now, I choose my life. It feels good to finally own it.